What's up, buddy? We got more Star Wars. It's so weird to have so much Star Wars these days. There's so much Star Wars. I remember as a kid, you were like, man, those Star Wars movies are old. I wonder if they'll ever make any more Star Wars. Now it's like every day. They're like, there's a new TV show. We got movies. We got comic books. It's almost too much. And that's why I think Andor is the smartest thing that Lucasfilm has ever done. And I'm going to explain why. Because here's the thing. I've talked about this on my channel. I said the Andor sounds to me like a bad idea. You're taking a minor character from a moderately received Star Wars movie. Rogue One's good, but nobody really remembers it. If I want to remember the name of the girl from Rogue One, I got to think about it. Jyn Erso, that's her name. And I definitely, you go up to most people in the world, you go, you ever heard of this Cassian Andor? Or at least before the show, they'd go, what are you talking about? You know, he's that guy from Rogue One. They'd go, oh yeah, I saw that. I completely forgot his name. He was a forgettable character. Was not a beloved character. He was there. He was fine. He served his role, and he had a good little character arc in that movie. So I was like, so why are we going to go back in time and revisit Andor? Well, I'll say two things. One, I still believe that's true. I still believe that, honestly, this show I would have just liked better if it was an original character. I don't see why it needs to be Diego Luna, except for the fact that Diego Luna is a very good actor. It's almost like they realize, hey, we got someone good on the hook. Why throw him out? Maybe we can get him to do a TV show or something. And maybe that alone was a smart decision. I think it's a little weird. Again, we're going to dig another Star Wars project, digging into the backstory of an already dead character. Okay. Which, you know, brings up all the problems of, I already know where this story is going, so how are you going to surprise me? This character is never in any real danger. That's a big problem. Again, I would have went with an original character, but I do think Diego Luna is a great actor, and he's clearly helping make this show work. But I honestly think the best thing this show has going for it is that it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And I know that sounds crazy. You go, Vito, why would I want a Star Wars show that doesn't feel like Star Wars? Well, I'm going to get into it. Before I do, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down there. Join the channel, join the Vito Nation. It really helps me out. And let's talk about Andor. Now, we got 3 episodes. It gave us 3 episodes right off the bat. It's kind of a little mini story. I'll try to stay away from more big spoilers, but it's basically learning who this guy is, where he comes from, and where he's going. It was very well done, and I'm kind of glad that they dropped those 3 episodes all at once, because at the end, it's clear he's going off on a big adventure. Why did I say there weren't going to be spoilers? Clearly, I'm going to spoil all of this. Sorry. Just bear with me. Let's do it. Now, the episode starts off. Our good buddy Andor is going to, I guess, a different part of the planet, or a different planet entirely. I'm not sure. Either way, he's looking for his sister. Now, his sister, as we later find out in the episode, they were like weird tribal kids living on a tribal planet. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. And it seems like he got separated from her many years ago. I mean, if we estimate here, he's, what do you want to say, 12 years old. In the show, he looks to be in about his 30s. So about 20 years ago, he somehow lost contact with his sister on this tribal planet, and he's now looking for her. Now, he manages to piss off these 2, basically, security guards who are working for this corporation. What I liked about this was that, again, this doesn't feel like Star Wars, because we're not just dealing with generic Empire guys. They could have very easily written this to just be, he pissed off the Empire. But instead, they've come up with this new enemy faction, this, like, evil corporation, and these security corporals who work for them or whatever. And it's interesting, and it feels different. As we'll see here, he tackles one of them to the ground, he fights the other one, and he actually ends up accidentally killing one of these guys. And because he realizes, oh crap, I just killed one, his friend's clearly gonna go back to headquarters and say, oh my god, this guy killed my friend, he looked like this. He makes the hasty decision to kill the second guy as well. Now, there's at least one dumb bitch on Twitter going, so Andor murders 2 guys in cold blood, but it's okay because he's looking for his sister, and the guy investigating him is the bad guy. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Okay, first of all, these 2 security officers, he leaves the bar, you know, he's going back to his ship, and they basically go, oh, you're in the wrong district. You know, they're trying to shake him down for money. He offers them what they have, but they're clearly, you know, just holding him up. He basically acts in self-defense. And regardless, it's Star Wars. I mean, my God, how long did we fight about Han Solo shooting first? Is it so bad that a character is a bit roguish, a bit violent and impulsive? At least it adds something to the series. I don't want a generic good guy like Luke Skywalker. I want something a little different. So what's then interesting is that these three episodes are basically him. Oh my God, I've murdered two guys. I got to get off the planet before the heat comes down on me, which is a good little story for a 3-episode arc. It's him. He's got this thing he's stashed away, this Imperial jump drive or whatever. Basically, I think like a way to disguise your ship and have it pass through blockades without any interference from the Empire. He's like, okay, as long as I can sell this to this guy, he's going to come in a couple days. That'll give me enough money to get off world. And it's just him trying to lay low and getting his affairs in order. Well, meanwhile, this evil corporation is hunting him down. The real exciting part of this was this guy, Cyril, who works for the evil Primor Corporation. It's basically like, 2 of our men have been murdered. We have to put all our guys on it. And I love this interaction he has with his superior officer who's like, listen, man, it doesn't matter. Two guys went, got drunk, got beat up on the street, and killed. Who cares? Write it up, make up a fake incident report. I gotta go smoke a stogie. He goes off on vacation, basically. And even though basically he told him, hey, just let it go, who cares? This guy is like a complete fanatic for his company. It's actually a great character that he's just like, he even asks him at one point, he's like, did you add stuff to your uniform? And this guy's like, yeah, I added a little bit of piping and some embroidery or whatever. Like, he just fucking loves working for this company. He's taken their corporate ethos to heart, and he really wants to avenge these 2 guys for the good of the company. And it leads to a very great little cat and mouse chase of him trying to track down Cassian Andor. Now, one place I thought the plot suffered a little bit was his Andor's relationship with this girl Bix. Seems like maybe they used to have some sort of romantic past. Now they're just kind of thieves by trade. She helps him sell the stuff he scavenges and steals. Ultimately, it doesn't go anywhere that exciting or interesting. Her boyfriend does end up getting jealous of Andor and kind of betraying him to the corporation. But other than that, she felt like the weakest part of the show to me, by far. Now, one thing the show does a lot is keep cutting back to Andor's tribe on this planet, Cassin, I don't know. Is that where he got his name? Is his last name the name of his tribe? Regardless, I don't understand. The tribe stuff is all done in tribal language. It's not subtitled, which is cool, which is fun. I just noticed that the tribe is like all kids. And anytime there's a tribe of children, I'm like, okay, but where do the parents go? Did you kill them and eat them? Like, what's going on there? It was also kind of confusing that there's this old lady character who he lives with and is, I guess, his foster mom. There's also a black gentleman she hangs out with who I don't know if that's considered his dad. There's a reference to his dad being an important figure. Who knows who that's going to be, because we don't actually ever see his family in this tribe area, so I don't know if he has a different dad. But basically, they find him hanging out on an Imperial shuttle. I don't know, he was like mad, he was breaking it apart because they just killed one of his friends. And they're like, well, we got to get this kid out of here because the Republic's going to show up to scuttle this shuttle. I don't know if it's an Imperial shuttle, just basically a crashed spaceship that these guys had shown up to scavenge from. They find him just causing trouble, and they're like, well, we got to get him out of here because otherwise they're going to kill him. So they knock him out, put him on their ship. But now I have a ton of questions about, okay, so you took this kid from his native land and then, like, basically adopted him, made him your foster kid for, like, 20 years? At what point did he learn enough English to go, yo, my sister is still back on that planet? And then did you go back and look for her? I guess I'm going to assume, yeah, that at some point they learned to communicate. He's like, hey, I have a family on that planet. And hopefully they went and looked and she's missing. And now he's looking for them. But regardless, you're not supposed to just take kids off planets. It was a little weird to be like, yeah, we kidnapped this kid. Couldn't you have, like, dragged him out to a clearing and left him there? You just put him on your ship? I hope they answer some of this. This is literally how episode 3 ends, is he's remembering how he was kidnapped as a child, but by friendly people. It still seems like kidnapping. It's very bizarre. But I did like some of the playing around at the time of the jump. Like, sometimes the jumping around on the timeline works. Like, here was great. There's this little red droid. I don't remember what it's named. BQ95 or whatever. I think they just call it B. But here was a great little shot where it's going along the desert planet. And then it kind of cuts back in time again to that. See how it's all nice and shiny here? And again, this is the scene where they find him as a kid and rescue him from this planet before the Republic can show up. And I think they say it's the Republic. They're like, if the Republic finds him here, they're going to shoot him in the head. I'm like, wow, the Republic is a serious business back in this time. But it is all interesting, and it makes me wonder if there is going to be more stuff in Andor's past that we're going to explore that will prove relevant to the rest of the series. Now, the writers themselves said, and some people complained about this, the writers said, we're not putting Easter eggs in this show. It's not going to be a show where you look in the background and you see Klabar, Nick Clan, and then, like, Jedi Master Xandar or whatever. It's like, no. Like, and I'm so happy for that. It's the first Star Wars show where I feel like I can actually lose myself in the universe without being like, oh, I guess they had to put that so that fans would do something, or, oh, there's a bunch of stormtroopers. Again, there is, like, no existing Star Wars stuff in here. No, it does not feel like Star Wars, and that is a benefit to this show. Is that I feel like I'm just watching an interesting sci-fi show made by a team that is smart and clever and cunning. In a way, I want to sit in the writer's room where they're going, okay, guys, I know we're supposed to make a Star Wars show, wink, wink, but let's just make a really cool sci-fi action show. It actually feels fresh and original. It doesn't feel like Darth Vader's going to come walking in with his lightsaber at any point. I'm excited for that. Actually, the fact at the end of the episode, I assume he's going to go join the Resistance. I'm worried we're going to start seeing X-Wings and lightsabers and whatever else. I very much enjoyed these 3 episodes. Again, it's not on Tatooine like every other episode. It's set on its own planet. It's got its own culture. We got to see them fighting these guys in the streets of whatever the hell. This is like a big industrial mining planet, which was fun to look at. This was all great. I had a ton of fun on this planet. It was great seeing all the ways the people on this planet kind of resist. They all have stuff hanging outside their shops and homes to bang on whenever the company shows up to cause trouble. And here, one of these company guys, they go get the shuttle, go to the air, see what's going on. And this was just great. They don't even hint that this is going to happen. It's just he goes to take off, and somebody's tied his damn ship to a giant piece of scrap. And of course, it throws off his balance and he ends up just crashing into the side of the thing. And it's not set up as like, you know, you don't see like a bunch of kids come out and clap or a bunch of Ewoks or whatever else. It's like completely understated. It's just like, yeah, this town hates those guys. Of course they did that. And I thought that was brilliant. I don't know, maybe I missed a scene where they tie a thing to his ship. I don't think I did. I think it was just a brilliant little, we hate you guys. You're not going to have fun coming to our planet and trying to take away our friends. Now, I think one thing that might come back to bite Andor in the ass is there's this scene where he has this guy Silas at gunpoint, and his new buddy, who I guess we've forgotten to mention, played by whatever, one of the Skarsgårds. He's great. He's clearly working, I believe, for the Rebels. Comes by, tells him, you know, I didn't just come here to buy that thing from you. Like, yes, I'll buy that stupid box, but I wanted to see if I could work with you. He's like, what would you want of me? But we basically, from Andor, and there's this great little speech. He goes, well, how'd you get that box? And he goes, well, I just dressed like an Imperial and I walked right in, because they are so, full of themselves. They're so cocky that they don't believe it's possible for an idiot street rat like me to possibly pass for one of these dignified Imperials. And that's basically why he wants Andor to work for him. He's like, you are a master of deception. You are a master of thinking ahead. You're clever. You can blend in with these people. You're able to exploit their arrogance and their weaknesses. And basically tells them, I don't even care about that box. I'm here for you. And they manage to escape. We're going to see where that goes. But as I was saying again, that guy, he's got him at gunpoint. And his new friend Skarsgård is like, yo, shoot that motherfucker in the head. Pop his head off. Do it. And he lets him live. And at the end of the episode, we can see that the corporate man, I don't know if I'll be able to find that shot, he's very not happy with what has happened. Yeah, there you go. He's staring off at the wreckage, realizing he's gotten even more men killed in his reckless pursuit of Andor. And I get the feeling that this guy might become a recurring villain. I hope so, because he's great. I'm forgetting to mention the other corporal, this kind of chubbier guy who's there to kind of, they have an interesting interplay where this guy's clearly far more capable and understanding of the world than this dorky, obsessed with the corporate world nut job. But they have some interesting interplay, and I'm looking forward to seeing if that keeps coming together. I want to see more of these guys. I don't know how well they'll fit in the story since they're working for this corporation, but maybe they're going to serve as the Empire guys for this thing. I could actually see this guy joining up with the Empire or something like that. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. So our core hook, Andor's looking for his sister. The Resistance is looking for Andor and seems to have found him and is probably going to ask him to enlist. He's going to hang out with Mon Mothma and Admiral Fishface or whatever else. And we're going to see where this goes. This was a great little 3-episode story to get you into it, get you reacquainted with the character. I think Diego Luna is doing a great job. I saw another one of my colleagues saying Diego Luna's terrible. He's just a diversity hire. No, this guy's a pretty good actor, man. I'm having fun with him. What do you want? Do you want like more stupid Marvel jokes? He's not like a jokey guy. He's not making quips going, oh, well, that was a tight scrap. No, he's like taking it kind of deadly seriously, which worked for me. It was a fugitive story. It's a man who knows he committed a crime. He's like, I got to get off this planet before the heat comes down on me. And that worked for me a lot. I think this could sustain a show. Again, a show that isn't just is taking this really seriously. I feel like even Obi-Wan Kenobi and Mandalorian, like no Star Wars show has taken the universe seriously. Even Mandalorian, he's got a little baby he hangs out and the baby makes fun. I'm the baby Yoda. I'm the baby Yoda. Obi-Wan Kenobi spends half the time hanging out with a 6-year-old girl. Oh, Obi-Wan, the thing is, blah, blah, blah. This is like the first time that our main character is not hanging out with a little girl or a baby. And I kind of hope that's what's like gonna happen, is that it's gonna be a serious sci-fi adventure show and not just a bunch of stupid like Marvel type jokes for an audience of morons. I'm hoping that people are positive towards the show. Is the show definitely going to be good? No, it's got a ways to go. I could see it falling off. I could see it becoming boring if they don't find something to do with this character and the plot that they're setting up. But so far, I'm very excited about this show. Great energy, great pacing. I had a ton of fun with it. But guys, why don't you let me know in the comments, what did you think of Andor? Is Star Wars back? Again, the best thing about this, I did not feel like I was watching Star Wars. I did not feel like a Gungan or a Jar Jar was going to pop out anywhere. And I love that stuff, and I love the fun, goofy Star Wars. But at this point, it's gotten so goofy that, like, just having a guy with a gun shoot other guys with guns without a baby or a little girl running around, toddling around, dancing and singing, it feels like a revelation to me. And that's what I like about the show. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. And of course, check out my comic book Super Killer coming soon to Kickstarter. It's going to be real exciting. And I want you to watch this little teaser right here. Now, if you're like me, you've probably found yourself getting a bit tired of all these superhero movies. Sure, we occasionally get something good like Spider-Man, but we also get crap like Wonder Woman 1984, The Eternals, or that godforsaken Hellboy reboot. Point is, maybe you're getting tired of watching these checkbox diversity characters putting on silly costumes and fighting CGI aliens. Maybe you've found yourself watching the latest round of Cape shit and thought, man, I wish some guy with a big gun would just show up and shoot all these motherfuckers in the head. Well, buddy, have I got the comic book for you. Super Killer is a man with a mission, and that mission is to shoot superheroes in the fucking head. Immortal alien gods? Bam, headshot. Adorable magical girls? Bam, headshot. Batman, you want him to kill Batman? No, we can't use Batman. DC Comics owns Batman. But here's a guy who looks kind of like Batman. Bang! Right in the fucking head. Super Killer is a hilarious dark comedy written by one of the greatest comedic talents of the 21st century. Me. I wrote it. It also features incredible artwork by Keter LeBeau, the most beautiful man in Mexico. Point is, this is going to be the greatest comic book ever written, but we can't make it without your help. Check the link in the description and sign up for our mailing list. That way, when our crowdfunding campaign goes live, you'll be among the first in line to get yourself a copy of this glorious blood-soaked comic book masterpiece. Super Killer Book 1. Because for humanity to live, the Superman must die.